Hey everybody! So today we are going to talk about evaluate expressions, and we have talked about evaluating expressions, but today the main focus will be more in real life examples and how we can get the information from the word problems, substitute into the right formula or expression, and calculate whatever we are asked to. So we're going to begin with the first example. What is the value of 4x squared plus 6y minus xy when x is equal to -2 and y is equal 7? Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and write this down. So I'm going to put 4x squared plus 6y minus xy. Alright, so now we know x is -2 and y is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and substitute the values of x and y into this expression. So be 4 times x is -2 to the second plus 6 times y is 7 minus x is -2 times y is 7. This is how we substitute. Then we will start looking for PEMDAS rule and do some simplification to get the final answer. So we're going to have 4 times -2 to the second is the same as -2 times -2 plus 6 times 7 minus -2 times 7. Alright, so we have a multiplication here, multiplication here, multiplication here. We gotta get all those answers before we add or subtract. So 4 times -2. If we multiply those two first, we get -8 times -2. This whole thing is positive 16 plus 6 times 7 is 42 minus, what is now -2 times 7? Well, -2 times 7 is -14. Alright, so from left to right we will start combining. 16 plus 42 is 58. Then, remember when we have two negative signs like this, they change to plus. So I will say plus, and then we'll write down number 14. So final answer is to add those two numbers. 58 plus 14 will give me 72. Final answer. So 72 will be the simplest answer for this expression. Okay, well, let's take a look now of those word problems that I mentioned at the beginning of this video. So first one, we have given paper is used to cover a row of pennies from the bank. Use the surface area formula, so the surface area formula, this one, to find how much paper is needed to cover all those rows. Well, the surface area, so SA stays for the surface area, is P times H plus 2 times B. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and substitute all those things in order to get, because the surface area or any shape will give us exact answer. And think about if you have to wrap a gift for somebody, you will need paper. Pretty much this is what the question is. How much paper you will need in order to wrap up all those rolls? So the perimeter, or P, is given to be 2 inches times the height is 4 inches plus 2 times the area of base is 2.8 inches. Alright, well, let's do the calculations and we'll get the answer. So the surface area will be equal to 2 times 4 here, we get 8, plus 2 times 2.8. 2 times 2.8 is equal to 5.6. So the final answer here, we just need to add 8 plus 5.6 and we'll get 13.6 inches you need in order to get that paper wrapped up. That will be inches square actually. So inches square because we are talking about surface area. By the way, this is an important formula part of your formula sheet will be the third one from the top, and it gives you what exactly every single letter means. And I will say, if you want, go ahead and write down this problem. Just write down P equals to H4B 2.8 and write the example by the formula, so you will know, if you have a problem like this, how to use all the numbers, substitute for the variables, and calculate the formula area, surface area formula. All right, so next example, we have given waterfall. Excuse me. A stone falls over the edge of cliff next to a waterfall. The stone hits the water 5 seconds later. How tall is the cliff? To find the height of the cliff, so here is the information we're going to use. To find the height of the cliff, use the expression 16t squared. 16 times t squared. The distance in feet that an object falls and t seconds after it begins to fall. Excuse me. So, if we have 5 seconds, you know that t normally stays for the time. So, if we have given time, we just need to substitute the time into the letter t. So, it will be 16 times 5 to the second. When we substitute correctly, next thing we want to take care of it will be the exponent. So we're going to have 16 times 5 squared is 25. 16 times 25, I'm going to use my calculator here quickly to get the answer. So 16 times 25 will give me 400. So we're going to have a 400 feet. This cliff is 400 feet tall. That will be the final answer here. Okay, another example. To measure your heart rate, count the number of heartbeats in 15 seconds. Then multiply by 4 to find your heart rate in beats per minute. So for A part here, it says use N to write expression for heart rate in beats per minute. So will be N heartbeats, and then you can put times 15 like this for 15 seconds, or this could be written as a 15n. So that will be the first expression. And because it says then multiply by 4 to find your heart rate in beats per minute, then we are going to rewrite this as a n times 15 and then times 4. That's what the problem tells us. To measure your heart rate, count the number of heartbeats times 15, because in 15 seconds, then multiply by 4 to find your heart rate. If you want to write the expression in minute, then instead of 15, we're going to have n and 60 minutes, or 60n as well. After exercising, you count 24 beats in 15 seconds. Find your heart rate. So that was the rate they wanted us to calculate. And I'm gonna put here B part, and we will say, because it's 24 beats, so n is 24 times 15. And then, so we will multiply those two numbers first. Let's see what we're gonna get. 24 times 15 is equal to 360. 60. And in order to find the heart rate per minute, we gotta multiply this times 4, because 1 minute will have 60 seconds, right? And right now we have given only 15 seconds. So if you want to calculate how many beats will be in 1 minute. We're going to multiply 360 times 4, and we will get 1,440 will be the heart rate. And definitely, you know, this is pretty high number, and this is when you are exercising and you're working hard. Definitely, you know, your heartbeat is going up and increases a lot. So if you want to measure something in seconds, you just need to substitute. You need to know your heartbeats. You can calculate that and multiply by seconds, as many seconds you want to measure. Okay, and the last example here will be hot air balloons. You're riding in a hot air balloon. After traveling 5 miles, the balloon speed changes to 6 miles per hour. So the total distance traveled is original distance plus speed times time, which is 5 plus 6 times t. So 5 will be the distance, 5 miles will be the distance. Then we have the speed, which is 6 miles per hour times the time. And the time will be the number of hours traveled at 6 miles per hour. What is the total distance you travel if the balloon moves at the speed of 1 hour? So now, first they're asking if t is equal to 1, what will be the total distance here? And also if it moves, if t is equal to 2 hours, what will be the total distance as well? So the distance will be equal to, for the first one, 5 plus 6 times 1, which is, well, 6 times 1 is 6, plus 5 plus 6, we will get 11 miles an hour. And then for the second timing, which is 2 hours, I will put the distance is equal 5 plus 6 times 2. So we're using the same expression here, but instead of t this time we'll put number 2 for 2 hours. And we will get that this is equal to 5 plus 6 times 2 is 12. So 5 plus 12 will give us 17 miles per hour. So if your speed is consistent and you're driving with 6 miles per hour, first hour you will get 11 miles and second hour will be 17 miles per hour passing. All right, well, we will have some more examples like this to practice with the worksheet, and I truly need you to be focused on what is given, what type of expressions, what type of formula, how to use it, what you need to substitute, and most importantly, final thing will be the question, what you're looking for in order to write this question, or what problems are set up like this. So we'll have some more practice, and all the questions will be discussed in class or online via Schoology. Thank you for watching the video. Have a great day.